to the official Nintendo podcast.
Issue on sale now. $3.99.
Unbelievable.
Bosh. Hello there, and welcome to Official Nintendo Magazine podcast number 26. I'm the editor Neil Long, and the rest of the team are all going to do some excitable kids' TV style introductions for themselves.
Hello, I'm Steve Oglesby, the deputy editor of the Official Nintendo Magazine. Welcome to the show.
You're really good at that.
Well done, mate.
I don't think I can follow that up.
Try it.
Hello, my name's Thomas East. I'm the online editor. There you go. Failed.
That was really good.
That was good.
Hey kids, it's Chris Scullion here, and we've got some great prizes for you coming up. So listen on, and yeah, it's going to be a great show. That was
What
mine.
accent? Why wasn't it Scottish?
That was mine. I don't know. When I try and do radio, I end up just slipping into annoying. Hey guys, we've got a great show coming up.
You turned into Jonathan Ross at the end. Yeah.
I don't know. Just my annoying radio voice is an Englishman.
I'm going to bring it down. Hello. My name's Gav Murphy, and I do Nintendo TV. Oh, baby.
Does it
Adding
all.
the eroticism at the end there. Gav Murphy,
yes,
thanks.
I am.
Thanks very much. We're here to talk about the new issue of Official Nintendo Magazine on sale now. But first is what we've been playing. I like to think I'm quite good at platformers. That is a lengthy task.
I'll tell you what, I'm really there. I'm really there.
It's really good. It's really
awesome.
good.
Yeah, I just
Utter rubbish and
blobs.
really, really cool.
Really?
Yeah. That's a really good
Not my cup of tea, those sort of games.
Really?
they're not mine usually either, but every spare minute of my time, it's really best.
So this issue is a special Nintendo All-Stars issue, we've called it. It's got a fancy gatefold cover, as we call it in the trade.
Technical term.
Oh, and some fluorescent inks for those interested in fluorescent ink related facts. So what we've done is this month it's a lot more personal. There's lots of pictures of our little faces in the issue. We've sort of selected the big games of this Christmas, sort of adopted one title each, and that's what we're going to talk about now. My title is Mario Kart 7, because I got to go first. And it's easily my most anticipated game of the year. That and Skyward Sword, I would say, are my top two, but Steve's got that one.
Yep.
So there's been lots of chat on the site about Mario Kart 7. Dalek Buster 523 says this looks set to be the best game for the 3DS. Better than Ocarina.
Bold words.
Bold words indeed.
Is he friends with 521 other Dalek Busters?
Yeah.
The 523rd Dalek Buster.
Too late. He didn't get in there with Dalek Buster 1.
If there was 521 Dalek Busters, I think I'd probably go for another name.
Yeah.
Gavin, you realise
Doesn't smack of original.
523 comes after 522, not
Yeah, you're
500.
missing-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I knew that.
He's probably actually the 524th, because you've got to think someone got in there first with just Dalek Buster.
Yeah.
Like the
that's
original.
true.
So
Yeah,
See?
so
Or like me, he can't count.
that's true.
there's only 12.
Yes.
Joe Crow says, this looks great. I was hoping for a Fire Flower power-up. He's responding to all the stuff that came out last week. Was it
Yeah.
last week?
Yeah, TJ.
Yeah, there's a new trailer last
So there's lots
3DS.
of new information in there. Lakitu playable, Metal Mario playable, Fire Flower power-up, which Joe Crow is talking about. It's nice to see new characters that aren't just baby versions of current ones. I tend to agree with that. I think that's a bit of a cop-out, having baby dudes in there. Some great-looking tracks too, especially Woohoo Island, which is, Mr. Kono says, is one long track, isn't it? There's
Yeah.
no lapse
No.
or anything.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because
Which
it's
is-
really long.
Which is quite a nice touch,
That's
isn't it?
awesome.
So yeah,
So
I
it
think
must
it'll
be
really
one
good.
complete lap of...
lap of.
Woohoo Island.
I've flown
Woohoo.
around that in Pilot Wings. So
Yeah.
I'll
I think
know
it's
what I'm
I
doing.
think it's worth mentioning at this point that this trailer can be seen on Tom's website
That's true.
.org.
Yeah, official Nintendo Magazine.co.uk, otherwise known as.
Yes.
Someone's going to set up like Tom's website.
Well, did someone not check that before? And it's just like a really
Yeah,
boring.
It is just some
No
some
offense-
boring
no-
Tom.
no
Not-
offense to
Not the
me.
exciting
That's
Tom
what I
that we
do.
have.
That's what I do in my spare time.
Oh, is it? Sorry,
Yeah.
Tom.
Thanks.
perhaps the most contentious thing about the trailer last week, the first-person view.
I think it looks awesome.
I think it looks good too.
I think it looks great, apart from is it only in the gyroscope mode?
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
And so far, I haven't really, got
about
to
Star
grips
Fox?
with gyro
Didn't like it in Star
controls.
Fox?
No.
I loved it.
I
in
just-
Star
it's
Fox.
Star
I
Fox.
said I
Like in
hated it last
Ocarina?
month, but I like it this month. I'm now having
Brilliant.
more time with it.
No, I'm just better at playing games with the
Yeah.
in the traditional fashion.
I
I'm not,
agree.
If
I'm not
it's
saying
subtly
they're
done,
wrong.
like aiming
Yes.
in Ocarina, or I
Yeah,
think
if-
that works
as
really,
long
really
as
well.
you can still steer with the circle pad,
Yeah.
and you're literally
Yeah.
just using it to look left and right. Then,
But I
fair
don't
enough.
think that's okay. I think the first person thing might only be
Be tilting it
available
and
in the
stuff.
in the gyro mode.
Yeah.
Which But I think
it'd
it
be
looks cool.
interesting.
Also, you can't see their hands on the steering wheel, which I
Yes.
thought was a bit disconcerting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
It's a bit weird.
I thought
It's like, remember that really rubbish, was it Ace Combat or something that we were playing on the Wii? And you couldn't see, you just seen like
That plane game.
Yeah.
My God, that was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, and the gunfire was coming from the
behind,
camera,
yeah.
It was like over the back of the plane.
What was that called?
Is
I
it
can't remember.
Ace Assault? No,
Yeah,
Ace
it was-
Combat's a good one.
It was.
It was a really generic bunch of words,
Yeah, I can't even
wasn't
remember.
it? It was
Like
like blazing skies. Or
Blazing
something.
eagles.
Yeah.
It's a falcon
Yeah, it's not a bird; it's a falcon.
cloud.
So
Yep.
yeah, Mario
Yeah.
Kart 7, definitely going to be better than that game. Jamie Riot says of the first-person view, regular contributor, Jamie Riot, in fact. I know a lot of people hate the idea of first-person view in a Mario Kart game, but I loved it in Ridge Racer 3D. It really adds to the immersion, and the 3D effect in this mode will be awesome.
I agree
Looking
with
forward
that.
to
Yeah.
it.
Hang on though.
3D effect with gyro, though. It's,
yeah.
it's either one or the other, isn't it?
Also,
Yeah.
Ridge Racer is a car racing game, whereas Mario Kart is something completely
Well, it's
different.
a kart
I
racing
think,
game.
I think the problem with Mario,
It's just got a T at the end.
the problem with doing it in Mario Kart is you kind of need to see behind you, behind your car because of the weapons and stuff. It's going to be kind of tricky to avoid stuff on the track if you
Yeah.
can't see both wheels.
And
like,
also,
to see where
surely,
your position.
But it's just the gliding parts, isn't it?
yeah.
What,
Isn't
the
that the...
first person bit?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the
Isn't it
whole.
just
No,
the-
I thought it was just for the. No, okay, yeah.
If it's just the gliding parts, then what's the point?
I thought it was the whole thing, the
Hmm,
whole
I don't
shebang,
know.
whole kit and caboodle.
Because
What-
yeah,
what
the only
have they
part.
confirmed and not confirmed?
Maybe we should have done our research. for coming in.
No, but I'm sure there's a screen of the first person.
No,
on-
there
on
is.
the-
No,
on
you're
the
absolutely
track.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking nonsense.
Because with that, surely if you get hit by a shell or something, all you're going to see is your screen just wobble a little bit. Like, what was that?
Yeah,
Did I run over something? Did I get hit by something?
that'd be quite. I don't know. I think
no
that'd be
idea
quite
what's
cool.
going
Spinning around really fast.
I'm not
First person.
sort of
Oh.
angry nerd person against
Send-
it and going,
send people
what have
crazy.
they done
No.
to my
Yeah.
game?
At the end of the day, it's,
Always-
it's optional, isn't it? It's not going
Yeah.
Yeah,
to ruin our
always
lives.
inspires a good response, doesn't it? Mario
They just
Kart.
do things so we'll have a job in the week just defending it on the internet. Just calm down, everyone.
Yeah,
Don't have to use the
Lot-
extra pad if
a
you
lot
don't
of
want
haters
to.
out there,
A lot of haters.
unfortunately.
It's my fault.
It's the internet's fault,
Tom's,
and therefore
Tom's
yours.
stirring him up, stirring him up with his.
What do you think about that first person? Though? Yeah.
Stop
You
asking them
hate
what
this,
they
don't you? You hate this, don't you, guys? What do you think? What do you think of that thing you hate?
So that's quite enough of hate. A thing that people will definitely like. Segue. Zelda Skyward Sword.
Oh,
Steve.
I thought you were going to say go on to my one there, which is Professor Layton.
So I'm going to say the segue.
Yes. Skyward Sword, I think, is easily the game I'm looking forward to most between now and Christmas. I'm going to dive right into what the internet thinks, though.
Yeah.
Dan, the wee man, says, yes, this is exactly what I hoped for after Twilight Princess. He doesn't quite elaborate on what he
What
didn't
it
like
is.
about Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Also, what he actually
But you might have
was
liked Twilight Princess also.
Yeah.
And this is, this is something different.
Nice
Yeah.
follow-up.
Nice
Yeah.
follow-up.
It's good. Well, I like I didn't like Twilight Princess's art style. I never really.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was just a bit too grubby.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And this is all like
Some
impressionists.
Nice,
I really
pixely
liked it.
effects in that when people go over to the Twilight
Yeah,
dimension.
that was awesome.
I think it looked
So
nice,
I
but I think
it's very cruelly underrated.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it, but I agree with Steve in terms of the graphics. I think they were going for realism. And
Yeah,
the
it doesn't
Wii
feel
can't-
like- it
the
doesn't
Wii doesn't
feel
really
Zelda.
do realism. It does kind of arty
Yeah.
stuff
I
better. I
think,
think.
Yeah.
I think it might have started badly, which is why
It did start badly.
put people
Because
off.
I remember
I took me
came
two-
across a video
I
of
was
this.
messing around for 2 hours before.
That bit with the cat when you're
Goat
fishing.
in. Do you remember
I
that?
remember going.
Goat in. Where you're supposed to herd some goats for the first
The
bit.
bit, the
It's
bit,
like,
with the
this
bit where
is-
you've got to get the fish
this
for
is
the
a new
cat
Zelda game.
Yeah.
was infuriating because
Yeah.
you didn't realise you had to do it twice or something like
Yeah.
that. It's just like, what's going
Yeah, I
on?
got stuck on that fishing bit as well.
Yeah. Scum.
So
Steve,
Evanid says, the weapon upgrade reminds me of Wind Waker with the enemies dropping items. Remember the skull necklace or chew jelly?
I do.
Yep.
Also, the parachute reminds you of Wind Waker's Deku Leaf. Anyways, I'm actually impressed with the change in the weapon system.
yeah, it looks like there's a lot of
There's a-
upgradings and
yeah,
tinkerings
there's a lot
to be
going
had
on.
there. And also the way that you move around the map, the video that came out this week looks really cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Where you just literally drop in and drop out into the game world. You call on your bird, it picks you up. There's a little sequence where Link jumps from the bird through into a volcano.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Yeah.
Really impressive stuff.
So I say in this issue, I go on a little bit about all of the different methods of mode of transport that Link has throughout his games. Like he's got Epona and he's got the King of Red Lines and stuff, and how they're always like characters in their own right.
Yeah.
And I imagine that this bird is like it's a special bird among like because all his classmates have like rubbish birds, and he gets an awesome one, and they're sort of they're just
King of the birds.
taking the mick out of him. So yeah, I think he's going to be awesome, and I'm hoping at one point that they sort of tug on the heartstrings by I don't know, like the bad guy punches the bird in the face or something.
You want to see cruelty
To birds.
towards the animals.
Just to invoke an emotional response.
Yeah.
So you don't actually want the bird to die, you just
Pick
want it
its
to get
face off.
duffed up a bit.
Yeah. And you've got to like rescue it, and then I'm all like, "Wait."
Well, if it looks dead and then it just kind of crawls out the volcano. at the
Yeah.
last
That would
minute
probably
and
be the
goes,
best.
"Hello."
I think
Yeah.
that'd make me cheer the hardest.
Or if you've got to choose between Zelda, the guy's like dangling both of them over a volcano. And it's either Zelda or the bird, and then obviously
Yeah.
you choose Zelda, and then the bird just looks at you, it's like,
why?
And then the bird realizes it can fly anyway, and then it just flies away.
It squawks at you.
But actually goes, Link.
that's when it starts talking. You go, you can talk, it's too late, I'm dead.
Too late.
So-
I'm dead.
Goodbye, cruel world.
those are its first and final words.
Goodbye, Link.
LinkFan42, who I think might be slightly biased, said, I had the chance to play the demo at Game Fest over the weekend. Now I'm even more certain, if that's even possible,
It's not.
that it's going to be the best game in the series, and therefore the best game ever.
Wowzers.
Big words from LinkFan42.
Certainly are.
I think it really could be the best
Shall we
game
get
in the
him to
series.
review it for us?
Nope. I think
I
we
think
might
it
get
could be the
accused of
best game in
bias
the
there.
180%.
That'd be a first.
And it could be 100 hours long,
Yeah, 50 to 100
What?
hours.
Really?
which kind of scares me a bit. But, you know,
Yes.
Take a week off to play that.
yeah.
They've been working on it for so long.
5 years, apparently.
It's bound to be
Obscene.
huge.
That is a long time.
That is a long time, it's true.
Do
I really
you think,
think
do you think that's going to be a thing that could go to its detriment, though? So because
hope-
everyone's going to expect it to be perfect. Like when Gran Turismo 5 came out,
Mm.
and everyone, like, they've been working on it for so long, and everyone was just like, "Oh, it's really rubbish, actually," like, because it builds up exponentially
Yeah.
so much.
I'm hoping the 100 hours means, they're saying there's like a second
extra
quest.
stuff, yeah.
It's just like both quests.
Yeah.
Because 100 hours is mental.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
What else can you do in 100 hours?
What can you do?
Play Pokemon.
How many
That
days is
takes
that?
a
How
long
many days
hours.
is that?
Mm.
5 days.
Yeah.
Mm.
Watch 67 movies.
Actually, 5 days is not. 5 days is alright. Oh no, it's 5 days straight, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 Without any breaks whatsoever.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've spent playing a game in one sitting? Do you think?
Not longer than 4 or 5 hours.
I've done 13. Like
Yeah.
I've done like 6
Really?
hour stints and gone. when Resident Evil 4 came out for GameCube, I remember
Yeah.
just sitting there from morning until night.
Back-
and
back
just
when,
keep on
like,
doing it.
You're on your summer holiday, so you've literally got nothing else to do. I think
Yeah.
I played Final Fantasy VII for about 15 hours.
Yeah,
I did Galaxy in 11 when I went to review it.
Really?
Because I had
Yeah,
to go
you
in
see, that
because
was-
it was a day before deadline, and I had to go to Nintendo to review it.
you did it
And
on the same day.
I turned up at 9 in the morning, left Nintendo at 8 p.m. after finishing it. Went to Nando's and then wrote the review up that night. It's absolutely mental.
That's
so we
amazing.
could get the world's first review. Like we had to do it just at deadline because that was just when we got it.
That's
It was mental.
A pretty amazing thing.
It was brilliant. No, it's like it was the first person out with Nintendo to complete it. So that kept
That's
me going
amazing, yeah.
based on that. But otherwise, I just went stuff vessel to it the next day.
I've got a good segue. Another game that's going to last a long time.
Yeah.
But not as long as we hoped because they've taken out the RPG at the end. Is Professor Layton.
Oh, well
Nice.
done. Good.
That was good.
I'm going to talk a bit about the RPG because it has actually upset quite a few people.
Yeah.
I just saw one
Unfortunately.
comment there that really annoyed me, so I can't wait for you to get to that. Little preview, Simple Plan 2K8. I'm coming for you.
So, is everyone bothered about the RPG?
I'm a little bit bothered.
Yeah, a wee bit.
I'm a
Yeah.
bit disappointed.
Okay.
I'll be
I
honest.
can understand it, but it's disappointing.
Yes.
I can't
I'm
really
not-
understand it though.
I'm not
Can you explain
incandescent
some
with rage.
what's
like
Well,
some people.
because it's being released all over Europe, and the UK
Yeah.
is part of Europe, so they can't just release an English version in Europe and then
Why
cut
not?
it out of all the
There's-
other ones.
there's
Well,
some
that'll be
sort
their
of-
argument.
just say to them,
Yeah,
look,
there's
you
some
can
sort
have
of
it in
European
English.
regulations. You know, the kind of
okay.
CE logo on the back. That a product has to meet European standards before it can be released in Europe. And one of those standards for games apparently is it has to be available in a number of languages.
Okay.
So
Why don't you just do it in those languages then?
because people are saying, why don't they just bring over the American one because Americans are getting it? But it can't just be in English. It has to also be in French and German and Italian and
So it's the
Spanish.
government's fault then.
Yes,
Yeah.
and because
Damn
it's like
government.
100-hour
Taking
RPG.
RPGs.
Nintendo do
It's-
often get blamed for things that
There's
are,
nothing to do
that
with
are
them, yeah.
the government's fault, or like the thing with the not announcing the price for 3DS
Cameron.
months
Yes.
and months and months ago.
Absolutely.
And
I think
that-
Britain should leave the EU.
that wasn't
This is
their
it.
fault.
Final,
Yeah.
this is the
Whoa,
final straw. So,
Bring me
This
Clegg.
podcast has gone somewhere.
Stepping it up a notch.
Government. I knew it was them.
Maybe we should go and riot, shouldn't we? That's how it goes.
should be all right.
But I think
To Foot Locker.
it's. We said too soon last month.
Yeah, too soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are
It's
we-
gone.
are
It's
we
been and gone now.
That was
Yeah,
then.
we're
It's
fine.
all news
That was
now.
then.
Yeah. The important thing though is the main game, which will be, I'm sure, will be very, very good, and the fact that it's a prequel and the first, we get to find out more things about Luke, because we all want to find out new things about him, becoming the apprentice.
They keep
for-
doing prequel. How young is that kid? He must have been an apprentice when he was like 2.
Well, he wasn't an apprentice, was he?
He was a fetus when Leighton.
Child labour law is different.
So
then,
we're
wasn't
finding out what,
It all
how he
takes place
became
in the
his
womb.
apprentice.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
it? Lots of womb-based puzzles.
That'd be quite.
Sexy.
Not really.
No, that'd be grim.
Speak for
Yeah.
yourself, Tom.
So some of the angry comments.
Yes,
Tom.
I will bring you on. This is about London Life. That's outrageous, says Kirby 8. It would
Here we
take
go.
practically no work to dump it in from the US version, which, might I add, comes out before the UK version. I'm tempted to import it and get it a month earlier, except for the fact that Luke's voice is thoroughly irritating in the US. Isn't it irritating in the UK also?
Yes.
Also, I like that he's obviously done his research for it. It would take practically no work to dump it from the US version, which might I we've just explained to you why not. Like,
Yeah, but
surely,
he, no,
Chris
we-
can find
in
out.
fairness-
he
in fairness-
hasn't heard this podcast.
Yeah, but if Chris
As
can
we're
find
saying-
out,
He's found the doc and jumped back in time to reword this. Actually, sorry.
but he's written a
you're
comment
right.
without even going, I wonder why they're not releasing it. Oh, I just want to
Yeah,
comment
there's
about
not
it.
there's not a bad guy at Nintendo
Go ahead.
going around going, oh, hey, wait a minute, should we take this out just for a laugh?
cut
Yeah,
that
let's
out.
do that.
They don't need it.
That's definitely not what's happening.
At the end of the day, let's face it, the 3DS one is the one we're all looking forward to. And we need to play through this one in order before we can get the 3DS one. So I would rather have London Life
That's
cut
true.
out and get this game out quickly so we can get the 3DS one sooner
Yeah.
rather than wait another 4 months or however long it takes
Yeah.
for them to translate in another 4
Yeah.
languages. I would rather just not get it out of the way as if it's not
We're
going to be a
already
good
sort of
game.
quite far behind. Aren't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
The Japanese have got that prequel trilogy is already
Nearly
all
done.
of those games are already out in
Nearly
Japan,
done,
aren't
yeah. Well, this 3DS one came out on 3DS launch in Japan,
they?
Yeah.
and so it means we're talking maybe even another year before we get it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We got a comment here from Simple Plan 2K8 says,
Here we go.
we get Xenoblade, they get a latent RPG, that's not fair.
Yeah, because those two things are connected.
Angry Gav.
There's not as if it's someone got a plan. And go right, okay, we'll take London Life out of there,
Yeah.
but we'll just give them Xenoblade instead. That's
Again,
how the world
there's-
works.
there's
Simple
not a-
Plan 2K8.
Just to confirm, there is definitely not that. There's not like a Gav at Nintendo going. Do you know what we're gonna do?
But if there was, guess what? Simple Plan 2K8, you definitely wouldn't be getting out.
Well, if anything, Xenoblade's more work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
Just be
translate.
thankful for Zen, and we're also
it's
getting.
a proper game.
Also
We're also
getting-
getting the last story
Story,
in Pandora's Tower,
yeah.
next year, which
And-
is great
Which is-
from a European perspective.
Yes, which is what Violet says here.
One of the best comments we've ever had.
Oh, well, that's what you're saying. Xenoblade is 1,000,000,000 times better, trust me. As far as I'm aware, this latent RPG involves no actual battling and possibly no real story progression. It's more of an Animal Crossing Harvest Moon sort of affair. Now,
See,
I
the
haven't-
voice of reason there.
Yeah,
I haven't
Thanks,
played-
Violet.
Opinion.
I think we have to wait till people actually play
That's the
London
thing,
Life
that's-
in the US, see whether it's actually a big deal or not, really.
Looks cool.
It's another one of those 100 hours claims, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure you could spend a zillion hours in Animal Crossing's world.
Infinite hours.
So this whole London Life thing might be a bit of a red herring anyway.
Yeah.
I think we dodged
Who
a bullet,
knows?
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rubbish.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Nintendo.
shape.
We're
Thanks,
best off
Nintendo. You
without
saved us.
Didn't want your stupid game for jerks anyway.
So that's the official Nintendo magazine opinion.
Yes.
So next game on the list, Chris.
No segue. Notice that?
No
No
segues. Not as slick as you, Steve. I apologise.
I'm already thinking about my segue.
Chris, can you talk about Super Mario 3D Land?
It would be an
And then
honour.
provide a segue into Gav's game.
Which is... Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, think about segues, Mike. I think about a segue into the next one.
I just... Well, people have been a bit tepid when looking at Super Mario 3D Land, which I can understand from the first trailer because although I'm a Mario fan, it looked like they were just going through the motions for this one because a lot of it looked like it was doing stuff that Galaxy had already done and New Super Mario Bros. Had already done, but just kind of putting it in a weird dimension. But the more I've seen of it, like this new trailer that's come out, I'm kind of getting more hopeful that there's a lot more. As was the case with Galaxy 2, there's a lot more ideas in there that we've just not seen yet. I mean, we've been promised there was lots more suits and stuff, and we still haven't seen any of that yet. So I'm inclined to believe this will be another game where every single level adds something new, like they've done before, and we've only seen like 5% of what's there. So I'm kind of, cautiously hopeful.
I have to say the new trailer is 10 times better than the
Than the first
what
one.
we've though. I think we've talked about it in the podcast before, where the demo levels we've played so far don't really excite in the way that some of the stuff in the new trailer does, and some of the stuff we're going to be playing fairly soon at Nintendo UK.
Eragon Firesword,
Nice.
which is also the name of a girl I used to date, says, this does seem really good. As I was watching the latest video, I kept thinking, this is a lot like Galaxy. Oh, wait, no, that's from New Super Mario Bros. Oh, that's Super Mario World, nice. And so on. That's exactly what
they
I
might
thought.
be Scottish
Really?
as well. What if?
Firesword is a Scottish name.
Yeah, there you go.
Traditional
so-
Scottish
There's no
name.
need, you don't have to put on a
You never
Cockney
know.
accent.
I was that? I don't even know that was Cockney, was it? I just thought it was more just nerd. Sorry. But and I'd agree with that because that's kind of what I was thinking. And looking through the second video, you kind of spotted more things that. And I know that they do that a bit much now, like calling back to old games as if they don't have any new ideas. But I think they're doing it well this time. So that's good.
There's one puzzle that you only get the effect of it in 3D. Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Where there's a sort of it's sort of from an isometric point of view, and there's a coin that looks like it's above one particular block, but in 3D you'll see that that's actually it's a trick of perspective.
If there's going to be loads of those, I'm into that.
That's quite nice.
That's
I
what
like
Latroid
that.
1993 also said. I also like the feature of trying to trick the player with the 3D effect. This will most likely introduce clever puzzles.
Yeah, there are a lot more of those.
It's been well done.
Oh yeah.
It'll be very good.
Yeah, it's cool because it kind of gives a purpose to the 3D, but at the same time doesn't ruin it for people who are playing in 2D because obviously not everyone can see the 3D, but it doesn't cancel the game out for them. But yeah, but speaking of games, introducing old things. I believe Gavin Murphy is going to talk to us about a game starring Little
I picked
Hedgehog.
Sonic. One of my picks was Sonic Generations, which I think everything that I've seen and played of it so far has just been awesome. I think it's okay to say that there hasn't been a good Sonic game for a while, or an amazing Sonic game for a while.
Yeah.
There's been good ones on DS, though, haven't there?
I'm not
Gav.
a fan.
But I mean, I think everyone basically just wants to play Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one. And I think Sega have done an amazing job of bringing it back and making it feel completely new, but making it basically, essentially, just an updated version of the Sonic that everyone wants to play, and it's still just as fast. It sort of feels a little bit like Rush as well in some bits, which is awesome. But yeah, the music is class in it as well. It's really, really good. And I think when you were playing in the office the other day, you played we're on Casino Nights.
Yeah.
Was this there was the updated version of Casino Nights? They've done a jazzier version of the theme tune and stuff. But on the original one, you can still have the original music. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So it's cool.
But yeah, no, it's really good. I'm Busy Doctor Who says looks really good. When it was first revealed, I didn't thought it looked that good. Great. Well, no, I'm Busy Doctor Who. You made me look like a fool now. With your stupid grammar. It looked that good, but now this is brilliant. One of my most wanted 3DS games. So many Nintendo games out this November, and so little time.
Facts.
That is true.
True facts.
Because he's dying. He's not dying. I hope he's all right.
There's a comment on the Professor Layton thing where someone says Super Mario 3D Land, Skyward Sword, Sonic Generations, and now this, as in Professor Layton, all in 1 week.
Yeah.
That's
This is slightly
that's
mental. We've
stupid
talked about
thing.
this.
That's
I remember when I was writing the script for Nintendo TV last week, and I was just checking the release date, and I was like, Skyward Sword's coming out the same day as Super Mario 3D Land? Is that a good thing to do?
no one spend any money for the next couple of weeks, and then we'll be okay. Bam, 300 quid on games.
What would your mums have said to you if you went to them and said, "Oh, I need to get a game"? All right, yeah. Well.
I was only ever allowed one game for Christmas.
For
Christmas?
me directly in the face.
No, I was allowed. I was allowed a couple of games for Christmas.
I grew up in the gutter.
Really?
Yes.
I was allowed. Yes, I was allowed. If I really, if I hadn't had anything, I wasn't allowed a new game every week. But I mean, every sort of month or two.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was only ever into
Got
games,
about
so
2 a year.
it's like my parents didn't spend money on football boots or anything like that because I was only ever really into games, so it was just games. Switch was alright. So
I'd go
see.
Mario Kart 7.
yeah.
Have that.
Well, if you could pick one.
Please,
If you had to pick one,
If you could pick
Mario
one
Kart
of
7.
them, it would be that.
Yeah,
pretty
absolutely.
sure. We'd all pick Mario Kart 7. Zelda,
I-
Skyward
I don't
Sword
know.
or Mario Kart 7.
It's a.
I'd pick Mario.
Would you?
Mario Land.
Well, you sort of have to.
Well, Linkmaster 91
Genuinely.
says, when this was first announced, I wasn't planning on getting it. But now, having seen some gameplay from each versions, I have to say the 3DS version is looking the best.
Do you know I'd agree with that? Because I've seen the other versions playing, and well, it still looks great. It's got a really weird hub menu thing, which looks a bit annoying.
Yeah. There's no
And-
Wii version, is there?
No. And the classic stuff looks great in the other ones, but the modern stuff is like the kind of 3D Sonic games, which is a bit take it or leave it at times. So yeah.
I think this is going to do really well. But I mean, if you don't like your characters a hedgehog, then maybe you like them a big ball of goo. And that's exactly what you get from Kirby, Wii, and DS.
That's supposed to be a Kirby segue.
I guess
Jeez.
so.
Okay.
It's late in the day.
All right. Well, I'll talk about Kirby. That's fine. No,
Kirby.
I did. I chose it in the All Stars cover feature this month because I know there have been some mixed opinions on this. When we played at E3, I know Matthew didn't. He thought it looked awful. But
liked it.
I completely disagree.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it looks good. We know it'll be fun to play. It won't be the greatest challenge ever, but There's some surprisingly lovely visuals in there.
Yeah.
And obviously they've actually fixed one of the things you could have since E3. You could only at E3, sorry, you could only be one of each kind of character, but now they've allowed people to be Kirby because no one really wants to be those other ones, do they? You want to be Kirby. So
you can all be Kirby.
4 Kirbys zooming about the place. It's bound to be good. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm in.
Cyber Guy says, I can't wait for this game. I want to get it on release. The name sounds like it's a remake of Kirby's Adventure on NES, but I don't really care. Good. Well, it has got, as every
name,
Kirby game seems to have, it's got that tree boss in it.
Yeah.
So that does suggest that there will be, as with a
Old
lot of these
favourites.
games, a lot of homages to older games. Wolflink97 says that the graphics look like it could be a 3DS game, but the gameplay looks like it should be fun. And Ledrep says it's looking like another good Kirby game as long as it's entertaining like Epic Yarn. I've pre-ordered it, so looking forward to it.
Well.
He's sold already. Pre-ordered.
Good.
They don't
Yikes.
pre-order games anymore.
No.
Does that happen?
It's
not a
I
thing,
don't.
is it?
I think the kids do.
Yeah.
Really?
The kids
Why?
on the
Tech
streets.
kids.
Just feels like you're actually buying it at that point.
Yeah.
Do you think people will be pre-ordering it? FIFA?
Possibly.
On-
If they read the
on-
review in official Nintendo
Nintendo
magazine
magazine.
written by one Christopher
Yeah.
Scullion.
Cool.
Sullivan.
Then
Christopher Sullivan.
they may not. That's my pseudonym.
I love that guy.
I like
That's the
to.
English version.
I like to have a false name, but not too false.
How'd you get on with it, Chris?
It was adequate. It met my needs.
It met the needs.
Obviously, it's never going to look as good as it does in the other versions, but they've tried to make
Indeed.
up for it with a kind of five-a-side mode and some kind of weird city building thing with achievements in it and stuff. So they've done as well as they could have, but meh.
Do you think if you work for EA Sports and you're just like, oh yeah, we want you to work on the new FIFA game, oh awesome, for the Wii.
Yeah, you
It's-
might have a little cry at that point.
I mean, it's okay. It doesn't have. It's not different enough from the last one to
Yeah.
make. If you had FIFA 11 on the Wii, just stick with it.
Does it have the magic people falling over each other?
It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the weird new physics, but it's okay. It's got. You'll be playing it for quite a while. There's
lots
plenty
to
of
do.
leagues to do and loads of stuff. It's got the kind of manager mode and all that carry on. And this kind
Every FIFA game puts PES to shame in terms of
Modes,
gameplay
yeah.
options and
yeah,
be a
definitely.
pro, which is sort of secretly
Yeah,
a
and they've-
really good sort of style of play.
Yeah, and in this one it's called Streets to Stadium mode or something like that, and you start off on the streets of the slums, possibly, and then you're given achievements and stuff to do in each game, and as you do more, you then get signed onto a team and
Yeah.
become a
That's
star.
good.
So
Like-
it's pretty cool.
I'm surprised more EA games because that's not in the next gen console one.
No, they've done a big pro
Because-
instead.
Yeah, because I quite like that story thing. I remember it added in Fight Night when you start off in prison, and then you win a couple of prison fights.
That's quite
All
cool.
the best.
Then you get released
All the best
onto the
stories
streets, and then
start
you
in
sort of
prison.
work your way up. So it's like it's a proper sports game, but it's actually got a little story mode to it. And
Yes,
for me,
it's decent.
that's why I'd never play sports games by myself. I'm just bored. It's like you don't want to play any of this. Like if they had some kind of like story thing to do, then I'd be into it. Like
Yeah.
you start playing football in prison. Well, it doesn't be prison with the army or
like Mean Machine with Vinnie Jones.
yeah.
So
Mean
yeah,
Machine, the game. A game that doesn't start in prison. Or does it? Aliens.
oh yeah. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Which
This
is a shame.
game is amazing. Like, where
Aliens
did
is
you
really
hide
good.
that?
They just came out. Well, not come out of nowhere. People have been ignoring it, but it's
Yeah.
it's good. It's done by Way Forward, but who did Contra before on the DS, and they've just basically taken that engine and slapped an Aliens game around it. But it's good. So I played it for the whole of my flight and back, my death flights to Malta, and yeah, just even after like 7 hours on the plane, I still wanted to keep playing it. So I was like still playing it in the hotel. So
Music is brilliant as well.
yeah, it's really good. It's just I don't know. It gets a bit samey after a while because you're just running around corridors with aliens chasing after you. But Yeah, it's good. There's a lot of a really clever minigame as well from the Aliens movie where you get to stab the knife into your
that
hand.
looks
Which
awesome.
is,
There's
which
a
is
lovely
really
picture of a hand.
Yeah, quite
in
the
in
hand.
the magazine there.
Quite the hand.
There's your Gary Hooper screenshot from.
Oh yeah,
Celtic
from FIFA. Yeah,
Always,
Like
always stick the
anything.
hoops in any FIFA
Well,
related coverage.
you'll notice if you go back through the history of ONM, any football game I've ever reviewed has got a large Celtic screenshot.
Really?
Yeah, proper bias.
Nice.
But yeah, Alien's good. It'll take you a long time to finish, which is good. It's got proper length to it, and it's kind of like Metroid style gameplay where you earn stuff later on, have to go back to locations you visited and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, alongside Aliens and FIFA, there's Champion Jockey, Steve.
Oh yeah, Champion Jockey.
Do you want to quickly go through that one?
I surprisingly really liked Champion Jockey. Like, it's really easy to dismiss it because it's a horse racing game, but it's really involved, and the horse racing's really quite technical. Every horse has got its preferred position in the pack, and you've got to get it into that position, improve its mood. Then you've got to whip it at the right time. Yeah. You've got to once you're off the track, you've got to go into the trainer mode, and you've got to build up relationships with stable owners and trainers and other jockeys, so they let you ride their horse in various races. And there's thousands of horses to choose from.
Wow.
So if you're an equinophile,
do you get penalised for whipping?
Sorry?
Do you get penalised for too many whips?
No, you can't. You
It's
can't
not realistic.
whip the horse too much.
Oh,
that's what I always say.
good.
There's 3 different kinds of whips as well. There's the show whip,
Is that all?
the basic whip, and I think there's
Saturday Night Whip.
the flirty whip.
If you ask me, this game just sounds like pure filth. I'm not sure.
This is why we give it to Steve.
It's also got some really bizarre sort of RPG style dialogue between you and trainers and these other kids as well, who are jockeys alongside you.
Sweet.
Some of it sounds a little bit rude.
Yeah, I noticed this one here. The whip and windmill whip are effective when used towards the end of the race. They're just what you need for that final spurt.
Yeah.
So it's good advice for all horse racers.
Good, clean.
It's a very entertaining review as well.
Yes, and lots more are entertaining reviews in the official Nintendo magazine on sale now, including also Dragon Quest Monsters Joker 2 review.
The big one.
Yep.
DQMJ2 as the kids are
And
called.
a frankly extraordinary 6-page Kirby feature, which is the pinkest thing we've ever done.
Wow.
There's also a really fascinating Star Fox 64 interview with the makers of that game, and a really interesting Wii U feature where we ask the world's top developers about the new console. But now, let's talk about Nintendo TV.
Yeah.
Nintendo TV time.
Brilliant.
With Gav Murphy.
Hello.
Gav Murphy on the TV. Nintendo TV.
That's the jingle I get. Yes, so... there's loads been going on with Nintendo TV, including we've got this week going live, the same week as the podcast. We spoil you guys. A huge special on the Tokyo Game Show. Of course, Nintendo, being Nintendo, like to do things a little differently, and held a 3DS conference before Tokyo Game Show. The nerve.
Yeah.
Crazy guys.
So yeah, they've run through basically all the awesome stuff that we've been talking about. But you can see all the footage that we've basically been chatting about here in Nintendo TV, which goes live on Friday on your Wii's Nintendo channel, which you can download from the Wii shop if you've never done it before.
Get involved, kids.
There you go, official from Reggie. And then coming up, then we've got some awesome sort of developer interviews with the Sonic Generations guys, Takashi Iizuka.
Yeah.
That's come in, and the Rayman Origins guys as well. Which the Rayman one was one of the best interviews that we've done, I think.
Yeah.
We've also, this is mental, sit down with the London Symphony Orchestra.
Why not?
Why not, indeed.
Oh, was that for that game?
For that Video Game Heroes thing, yeah. Did you go to it?
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Was it
It
good?
was genuinely good. Genuinely really good.
So we went to one of their practice sessions. I had tickets to it, but I couldn't go because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But what songs did they play when they were
They
there?
played the Zelda Suite.
Yeah.
And they played stuff from Galaxy and the Super Mario Bros. Theme, but they chose those two themes for these idiots up in the top row behind the orchestra, there was these lights that were turning a handle to make the lights go up.
Okay.
And as they were doing it, you could hear the lights going, like probably like going up and down, and it was really annoying. And they only did it during the 2 Mario songs. So I was raging.
There was a
other
Tetris
than
as well, wasn't
There's
there?
Tetris and Angry Birds for some reason. But most of it was really good.
Angry Birds. Has
Angry
that even got a recognisable
Angry Birds.
theme?
I've never
It's
played
the title music. But it was the wrong course. Everyone went, Angry Birds, but people were halfway out the
Do
by
people
the-
listen to their own music on?
Yeah,
If you listen
On
to the
their
Angry
phones.
Birds soundtrack, there's something wrong with your life,
Yeah.
isn't it?
exactly.
But yeah, so we got an interview with the head of the London Symphony Orchestra, which is a pretty mental interview that we did. Just one of the amazing things that I get up to on my days out and about.
Yeah, it's good.
But
Always
yeah,
coming back with stories.
exactly
Exactly.
of who I just saw. Hey, just on Vinnie Jones. But yeah, so every fortnight on your Wii's Nintendo channel,
Tune in.
check it out.
Yeah. So after that compressed period of Welshness, it's time for really questions.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
This is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. There we go. Frankly, I'm ashamed.
Okay, so this month's really questions. The first one comes from a man called James.
No
In
surname.
Hi,
quotation
James.
marks.
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
James.
No surname.
That is your real name.
No,
Jinx. Yes. Now you can't
I
talk.
can't talk now.
Oh, around it.
He just talked. Someone from the police.
Did you call the police every time someone broke a jinx when you were a boy?
Well, I say every time, about 3 times, and then
Once,
they were like,
and then-
stop phoning us every time someone talks.
People are being murdered, Mr. Murphy.
James asks, what game would you like to be made into a TV show?
It's got to be Professor Layton, isn't it? CSI
Yeah.
style. Everyone loves all that stuff. Like my girlfriend watches Bones, which is about a lady who looks at bones and
Yeah.
solves the crime.
That is good, though. I
That
like
sounds
those.
awful.
Really?
Yeah.
It's awful.
No, it's good.
Well, put that one to bed.
I think
Yeah,
it's
something like that.
average.
Those cop shows, those crime dramas, people love all that.
Yeah.
So having something that was quite funny.
They'd have to make Leighton grittier, though.
Yeah,
There's got to
he's
be
not really-
well, no, because it could be sort of like
substantial grit
young
in those
adults.
crime things.
I was looking at stuff that my niece watches. She's 10. I was looking at stuff that she watches. I was like, this is junk.
We're still going to
Like-
watch Leighton, though. That's
Why?
pretty, because the puzzles might be pretty highbrow.
They won't actually do the puzzles on screen, though.
What's
will
the
they?
point?
Will they? They might do.
Well, they did it on the
It'll be
DVD
like-
in
it'll
Eternal
be
Diva,
like-
right?
It'll be
What,
more
like
like
Scooby Doo, a rubbish
Yeah.
little mystery every
No, but it
year,
could be
every-
good. That's what I'm
Rubbish
saying.
little
You just believe, guys. It could be good.
I think
Here's one for you. Trauma Centre.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Medical.
It's like
That'd
casualty.
Just be
Drama.
casuality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just start with someone on a roof, and then you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rollerblading on a roof.
Someone,
Oh, it's not
someone
going
shoots
well.
him from the roof.
Yeah.
And then, oh no.
The Super Mario Brothers Super TV show
That was
remains
good.
one of my favourite shows
Captain
ever
N?
as a kid.
Yeah. See, I
Yeah,
kept
Captain
thinking
N.
of Sonic. No, it's already a Sonic
Yeah,
one.
Sonic
And
was
Pokemon.
awesome.
There's already a Pokemon
Yeah.
cartoon.
Have you seen the Sonic Underground one?
No.
That's one of the worst cartoons you'll ever see.
Oh, really?
YouTube it, kids. It says that Sonic's got a brother and sister, and they were abandoned, and they form a rock band. Genuinely. Yeah, and at the end, in each episode,
Come
they
on.
sing a song.
Oh.
You know, like in Alvin and Chipmunks, where they sing a song in every episode. It's
dear.
like that. But Sonic and his brother and sister,
Someone at Sega needs to be severely
Shot in the
reprimanded.
Policing this a little
shot.
bit.
They need to be shot in the face, basically.
Whoa!
Listen,
Whoa.
it's an opinion.
I think
It certainly is.
Hey guys,
Sonic needs to be shot in the face, and then Leighton can come in,
The person.
solve the crap.
Yeah.
And then
So it's clearly Chris.
Derek Stiles from Trauma Centre comes in and says, "This man needs to be operated on immediately." And then they
You know, like
take
in
his face apart.
you know in CSI when David Caruso takes off his glasses out and says something like snappy at the beginning of the thing.
No, it doesn't.
Could be Leighton, but with his,
Takes
his
his
hat.
hat off.
It's like, well, it looks like someone bit off more than they can chew. I'm in. If anyone,
Yeah, let's do
do
it.
we write this?
Commission it now,
Right.
Nintendo.
So you guys-
so, and then go to court, and Phoenix Wright could.
yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Phoenix Wright.
I
instead
like
of
Law
Judge
and Order,
Judy.
right? So you have
Yeah.
law No, hang on, that doesn't quite work out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's Law and Order. Phoenix Wright is law.
Yeah.
And Professor Layton is order because he's got to put all the things in order because
Right.
it's a puzzle.
Yeah, I
so
guess.
What about,
Yeah.
Okay.
what about the trauma centre bit?
he's just putting their faces together as they
Okay.
come
He's,
in
he's
without
just
faces.
an external professional they have in to cast his eye over.
Yeah.
He's the
now
one.
and
Yeah,
again.
he's the one to get in to do all the weird kind of technology
Freelance.
stuff with
He's
his zoom
kind of
in and-
kooky as well because he
Yeah.
spends so much time alone with
He,
dead
basically, he
bodies.
scans their liver. He scans their liver for traces of like unknown substances.
This is going to be the best TV show.
I think we've
And
got
Slippy
we've
Toad
got a
made,
brief together
Slippy
already.
Toad made all the technology.
Nah,
and he
you
comes
got
in.
too far now.
Sometimes it doesn't work. No,
Oh.
sometimes it doesn't work, and he says Slippy, and he goes, "Sorry, guys, I'll fix it next time."
Once an episode.
Any
He's
other,
like,
Oh, Slippy.
this man
Freeze
has
frame.
died because of you, Slippy.
any other games we can fit in?
Credits.
This is going to be the best show ever. Let's do it.
Fade to black.
Let's
Slippy's
do it.
crying.
or immediately forget about it.
No.
Retro Toad asks, "What is the latest? What is the hardest game you've completed on a Nintendo system?" For me, it would be this is Retro Toad. For me, it would be either Castlevania or Mega Man 2.
Mega Man 2, you completed that?
Well done.
I think I completed Mega Man 2.
I didn't.
Nowhere near that.
Can't remember.
Nor
I
did
think,
I.
I think it
quite
might be
hard.
the first level of Mega Man 2.
Tell you one was difficult. Turtles NES.
Yep, my brother
that once.
finished that.
Completed
Oh,
it once.
I never finished it.
I just pure luck. I never came close any other time.
Yeah,
Completed it once.
Back then,
Hardcore.
they made bosses like incredibly difficult just
Yeah.
to make the game longer.
And you couldn't save it either. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like,
you just play it all through in once. Just like, I remember playing like Power Blade is is my one that I finished. And I remember playing that for years. Like genuinely, just like every day, get home, start again. Just like get to the same thing, die, go
Did
to bed,
anyone-
go to school, get up.
you
They're
kids
completed.
today.
any sane person finished Bart versus the Space Mutants?
No.
No, but again, I
Oh.
got really far in it. I got to the shopping mall
Oh, that was
Yeah.
horrible.
and I had to move in platforms, and that was
Yeah.
I followed it.
The most hardcore game.
That's
But
mental.
wasn't that
because-
impossible to beat?
Yeah.
Was it? Literally.
Yeah, I think maybe the arcade version was impossible to beat, or one of the home console versions.
The console version.
The
was
NES one was so
That
hard.
was nails.
but it's just not fun then.
Ridiculous.
It's just
Absolutely
like,
ridiculous.
I remember being bored there by my parents, just sitting there by myself, just going, "That's it. I can't get past this
You
level."
kids
That's it."
today with your save points and your
Yeah.
infinite continues. If if you saw Battletoads, your backside would just collapse.
Yeah. Whoa.
Sorry. Fact.
Yeah. The hardest game that I've ever played that I don't think I get past the third level was Altered Beast. Such a hard game. Yeah.
That's what he used to say.
Yeah, nice. That was the hardest game ever, and it's just like you see all these. I remember seeing on the cover like all these pictures of these different. If anyone's played Altered Beast, you start with this little man, you collect a little orb, you get to be a stronger man. You collect another orb, you turn into an animal, and he turns into like this awesome fox, like firing stuff. And then you look on the like cover though, and you're like, oh, you can turn all these different things. I will never turn into a wolf.
Did you do the level select? There was a level select that let you do the other levels. So he becomes like a bear.
Yeah, brilliant.
A bear that
Oh, no,
can
I
turn
didn't
people
know
into
that.
stone and stuff. It's
Really?
awesome. Go back, play it again. It's worth it.
I will.
It's on Virtual Console.
Someone was saying the
kids.
other day though, like they went back to a game on N64. I think a friend of mine was saying they went back to try and do like, I think it was like Rogue Squadron on the N64, and he's like, I remember being awesome at this. Now my fingers just do not work with it. And, like I think that's true. Like you used to have like time to like when you're a kid, you have loads of time to go through and just like absolutely be amazing at it because you play it so much. But now it's just like if I'm not instantly good at something, but if I die more than a couple of times, it's like something wrong with this game.
There's
as
nothing
well.
more frustrating than like spending 40 quid on a game and you've only got a couple of hours in the evening to play it, and you come back and you just keep dying, and it's
Yeah.
like, I just want to have some fun. Just
Yeah.
stop
This is
killing
not
me.
fun.
Yeah.
I think some of those Ambassador, the NES titles, have
Legend
been
of-
free
Legend
for
of
3DS
Zelda.
A wake
Ambassadors.
up call. Yeah.
You've just got no, Legend
Extremely
of Zelda, no
hard
idea where
games.
it's going.
Metroid,
Yeah.
incredibly tough.
Twin Bee coming out this week. That's
Yeah.
solid.
Is it?
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda. I got
Popping
to the
Twin Bee for the
dungeon.
SNES is loads better.
Yeah.
Because that's actually playable. But yeah, Twin Bee is good, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
And in this day of bloody apps and phones and thingies,
We're just starting to sound like really old men,
Yeah,
now,
I know.
aren't we? Games were hard.
get off your
in
phone
our
onto
day.
a console. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the poster. Get off your phone. You don't need to call anyone.
I feel like I need to stop you talking now. So.
Yeah.
Someone stop Gav, please.
Josh Hatcher asks, Who's the best princess? Peach, Daisy, Zelda, etc.
Etc.
My favourite's got to be the People's Princess, Princess Diana.
May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace.
My favourite is Princess Caroline of Monaco.
Monica, yeah.
Is it?
Oh, I still me.
I just love her. What can I say?
Those are the two princesses that we know.
Yeah.
Oh, there's got to be more. Princess Jasmine from Aladdin.
Ah, that's an awesome princess.
Having that.
Yeah,
I'm definitely having that.
she's
That's
a good
awesome.
princess.
Was Ariel a princess from Little Mermaid?
I think she probably was at the end.
Crivens.
Of course she was.
Lies.
That's the king of the sea.
She weren't. She
They're
was
all
at the bottom of the
princesses
ocean. You
at
can't
the
be a
end,
princess down there.
Sick, Gav.
If her dad's the king of the sea,
So?
the king of the ocean, then
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
princess.
but
must be.
maybe underwater they don't have the same kind of
Hierarchy.
as they do on.
Well, that's something for us to check then, isn't it?
Well, I'll give Roy Disney a call.
Well, we
and we'll
know
get
what
back
the
to
competition question is anyway.
you. We'll map out the hierarchy of the underwater royal family.
Under the sea.
So this month's competition is a doozy. Do people still use that word?
Yes,
They do.
often.
Good.
If they don't, they should.
I used it last Tuesday.
That's good. We're going to give away a copy of Pokemon Black or White and Rune Factory 3. But first, we're going to talk about the competition task we set last month. Christopher.
Neil, last month we asked people to come up with O&M themed Xenoblade side quests. We specified a few sentences. Some people took liberties with that.
Yeah.
And
Took
Seriously, a
Yes.
few sentences. We're not going to.
Didn't listen.
exactly.
If you wrote
We're
a
not
long
going to
stuff,
read a novel.
we're not going to do it. You haven't won. Doesn't meet the criteria. It certainly
On
doesn't
your
meet the
way.
criteria.
On your way. Right, so Will Walsh kept it brief. For that, I applaud him.
Well.
By saying he wanted a side quest where you have to get the ingredients for cake, make one, and then deliver it to O&M Towers while Chris isn't there. That was obviously a jibe at the day when I wasn't there and someone came up with the best cakes.
No, I wasn't there
Yeah,
either.
they were the
So
nicest cakes.
it was
It's
only-
just
it was
me
only-
and Tom.
So these two
we ate
chumps.
them all.
The B team.
D team.
D team. Is that right?
Don't worry, I'm F team. It's fine.
That was the Red Plumber who brought us those.
What am I?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, but
Yeah, well done, Red Plumber, for not checking if I was going to be here when you came
yeah,
in.
God's sake, we're all on
Clown.
Twitter. Owen Jenkins says, under the influence of the full moon, Steve has fully transformed into the Hogman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Catching on.
The O&M team track now Ganon-esque Steve through the future offices using the combined power of the Monado and the Murphys' 5 crazy dances. He's remembering stuff from...
Callbacks.
Be warned, his health is so high, you may have to make numbers higher than 9 pop out of him. That's another
That's another thing we said.
reference. Oh, if you succeed,
I
Shulk
don't remember that.
yeah, if you succeed,
Oh, I do.
Shulk will receive his very own crazy dancing shoes. So yeah, it's good.
I will point out that he basically just stole all of our jokes and put them in one big sentence.
Yeah, that's
So
in terms
bit
of
a-
vanity. That's
Yeah.
vanity references to our
He
nonsense.
said a lot of things about
That's
me
good.
in that. That dude, he should definitely win, right?
Retro Toad also pandered to our love for the New York accent by throwing in as many cliches as he
lovely.
could find. As Shulk, you must help the lost O&M team out of New York before the NYPD catch those goddamn limeys. You'll need to be a wise guy and collect British comforts such as Iron Brew, fish and chips, and cream teas. Failing to do so will result in an angry man shaking his fist, shouting, "Why Iota?" and "How do you like dem apples?" Right, the last runner-up is Nick Slade, who again is pandered to our needs.
Good.
Shog must venture in the legendary O&M Tower of Evil to receive 5 items for the helpless scribes. You must get a convincing Irish accent for Steve.
Nice.
Oh, a razor so Gav can get through US airport. The money Tom is owed for creating the internet.
I definitely did that.
A 3DS version of DuckTales for Chris. Nice. And the ability to make perfect podcasts for Neil. Oh.
That's
I think he's got it already. This one's
So
a
basically,
doozy.
we need to go through future publishing land, fighting monsters from Endgame and Uno XM, and fight a final boss of Chandranir. A
Nice.
blast from the past.
Is he sort of insinuating that you don't make a perfect podcast right now?
I think so. I
That's
think he's
shocking.
implying that my sole desire in life is to make perfect podcasts.
He's obviously
Well, it
never.
is.
He's obviously never heard one of our programs
Yeah.
because we're up there with Bruno Brooks.
Absolutely. We're up there with the slick professionalism of Wogan.
We were at the beginning.
Chris Evans.
We were at first we had teething
Gardeners
problems.
question time.
No, I mean at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, but at the start we were up there, weren't we? We were taking names.
We were up there with
Darn
yeah,
tootin' we
absolutely.
were.
Question time.
Even,
Excellent.
Even the mighty Carl Pilkington, we overtook him.
Indeed.
Alright. So,
So
the winner was Jamie Reid again.
Yay.
This man,
Jamie Reid
this man
is
is
genuinely an amazing man, isn't he?
this man is a powerhouse.
He's going to go far.
He is
a giant
he is
of the O&M
certainly
world.
going to go at least 3 kilometers. He did a drawing, which was kind of against the rules, but it was so good.
It's not against the rules.
Yeah, we didn't ask for it. He's
Supporting artwork.
Yeah,
It's all good.
supporting evidence.
okay.
Ancillary materials.
Get your big ones. Materials. He said the evil OXM, that's official Xbox magazine, army, has invaded the city of Londonus, and they have deployed the almighty Mechon Xbox magazine printing machine, Print, with a Y. It's Team O&M's job to track down and destroy Print before it has time to release OXM poison into local newsagents and supermarkets. And it came with a brilliant picture, which I'm sure we will put on the website.
We will
to support.
definitely put it in the story in which we announce the arrival of this podcast, won't we?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We'll do
Because
that.
it's really good.
It's a really good picture.
Rocks
I'm going to use
the
the bit of me.
So much detail in
I'm
there.
going to use the bit of me as my profile picture.
No.
Yeah. Have a nap?
Although it's funny because if you look at the picture, Gav's character is the only one with like hardly any energy left. He's like close to death,
Yeah.
and all the rest.
But
are
I do have one of the most. So
one of the
Also,
most what?
I'm bristling with upper body muscle.
I'm
Yeah.
quite
to
tall.
find, so.
Yeah,
Tommy's
true
got
to
an
life.
awesome gun in it.
Really?
Yeah. I've got little dinky daggers.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie. Next time.
Maybe
give me
next
a
month.
Big gun.
He will.
Thanks, mate.
He will as well.
So that's awesome stuff. Thanks, Jamie. This month, we want you to send us your best made-up Pokemon jokes, and we will Google them to check. So don't even try it.
Don't do the
All right.
don't do the Pokemon Pikachu on a bus one.
Yeah,
Was it?
Hey,
definitely
how'd
don't
you
do
get
that.
Pokemon off a bus?
Dunno.
No, I've said it wrong. How'd you get Pikachu on a bus?
Pokemon.
Pokemon. That doesn't even work. How do you poke someone onto a bus anyway?
Yeah, you would need to.
I guess
You need to
poke
do.
him. Hey.
You would need to do it with quite a lot.
Yeah.
Of,
I wouldn't jump. If someone poked me, I wouldn't jump onto a bus. I'd go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Don't
punch him in
poke
the
me.
face.
unless
Yeah.
you would have to say as you were doing it, get on that bus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or I'll keep doing this.
Yeah, so that's why you shouldn't do that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely don't send that in. Make them up based on your own mind power and send them in to onm@futurenet.com with the subject heading podcast question. And we will send the best one. We'll read out some of the best ones, possibly in a silly voice, and give you a copy of Pokemon Black or White and Rune Factory 3, both on DS. So, with all that waffling aside, thanks very much for listening this month. You can check out Tom's website at officialnintendomagazine.co.uk. Follow us on Twitter at ONM_UK and go on Facebook.com/officialnintendomagazine. Until next month, it's bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Bye bye.
Do, 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 do.